Alright, SimCity 2013. Fabulous game. Okay, what I'm trying to do is do an initial startup. I don't know if it's a guide or a walkthrough or something, just to try and get people to think. It kind of has roots from the old SimCity back in the day when it was like the 9x9 repeatable pattern. So that's what I was kind of trying to find, in a sense. Trying to find a repeatable pattern that would allow me to kind of dictate what kind of land values are around, and then with the road density you can figure out what kind of skyscrapers or houses or apartments. But if you look at this PowerPoint I did, obviously the purple, well, not obviously, but purple is that streetcar, most expensive, high density one. Green is going to represent the residential, blue commercial. Black is just the normal roads that can go from low, medium to high. Now where you see repeat over there on the left hand side, what I mean by that is you're just going to try and do the same pattern and just repeat it as much as you can as space allows. But the trick is that these orange bars that you see, double wealth and triple wealth, those are the values of the the parks that you put there, or the plazas, and that has a distinct representation of what kind of shops you're going to have, what kind of land value you're going to have. And again, a goal with this is just to find this cookie cutter approach to help people get started. And I think it's good, so I like to kind of show you what inside the game it looks like. So why don't we take a look at that right now. Okay, so basically after taking some of those, that map and that strategy going into this, I probably played this game for, I don't know, about a week or so, and I've played SimCity a lot back in the day, so I'm going to try and use that same pattern. And so what I've done with this is Clearwater, and I think I played it for 45-50 minutes or so, and I got some money. I'm making about 7,000. I think I've upgraded to the Department of Education one time for the town hall. It's completely by itself. There's no help from other cities, and this is kind of the startup pattern, and it tried to mimic what I did on the PowerPoint. And so here's the streetcar avenue that's going to eventually be streetcar. Obviously right now I think it's just high density, and then you roll down into the town hall area, and this is where I'm going to have all my services oriented. But here's, for this, I put that streetcar avenue over here to the left, and then kind of took it over here. And here, let me turn the industry on. So here's the map. So here's the commercial area right downtown, rolling into the town hall. What little industry I have, I just have right here. Now the services that I have for the city right now are all up and running for the most part. I have fire, there's a police, there's a clinic. The Department of Education is on this. I have water over here that's taking care of the city. Power. I have a grade school. And if you look at the grade school map too, here, what do I have? 350. I upgraded it once, but let's look at the bus stops I have. So on that pattern that I had, the stops I just offset. Now, I really don't know much how many you need, or I mean, if they're expense, or is there a carrying cost? I'm not 100% sure on that, but this was a good little map. I actually probably should pop these. I actually added this right here after I did those things. So what I did is I came in here and I demolished everybody. So I paused it, demolished it. It's still paused. I had one house on fire, and you can't bulldoze a house that's on fire. So it'll be interesting. Basically what I'm going to do, this is the first time I've done it, I'm going to unleash this. It's still zoned. Everything is still zoned like I have it, but the services are there, right? But there's no people in it, so I'm curious to see what happens. Okay, but to go for my startup, here is the basic thing. I came in here, and the residential zone, and here is either the double wealth, medium wealth, which are all these. And it is kind of tricky. Sometimes they don't line up right in the middle. That's probably maybe a little more practice. And here I just haven't done any so far. And now this right here, these three, is triple wealth. So this is high wealth. And before I demolished it, these were all high wealth properties, third level. And this was this commercial area right here. This is where all those shops were. So I kind of, you can kind of have a correlation. Now the problem I have with they kept fussing on this is, which I probably should have figured it out, but all these medium wealth parks next to the residential that are all here, they create medium wealth citizens. But they also, right here, I have, in the commercial reason, I have all the shops were pretty much medium wealth. And for whatever reason, since all my shops were, I just didn't have enough density here. So we'll see, because all these streets, for the most part, are low density. I have a little right here that I moved up to medium density. So I'm interested to see how this goes. So let's unleash this, and let's rock and roll. But there's a good idea. There's the map from that PowerPoint slide. It gives you an idea with a few little extra little things. Oh yeah, here's the streetcar too. Eventually what I'm going to do, since this is going to be a university, so this is going to be a education center for this city. So let's unleash this and see what happens. I'm sure my tax rates, since there's nobody to get, is probably going to go crazy. So oh yeah, budget problem. I'm sure it does. I got 150,000, so I hope I can weather the storm. Interesting, the first place they go is right next to the higher level places right there. That's interesting. I wonder. Alrighty, well, they're moving in. Looks like industry's moving in. And I have all the other things. I have sewage that's taken. This is the garbage. And I actually have a trade depot too set up for the industry. My long-term plans for this thing is eventually I'm going to have, that mining town that's involved in this first one. That's going to be just a dump, and I'm going to send all my sewer and garbage to that eventually for this region. So this power is going to be gone. Those two things will be displaced and replaced probably with some industry, which in this place is going to end up being high tech because of the university that's going to go there. Alright, well, we're fast. They're still moving in. Although, they better hustle. I'm losing $6,500 an hour now. Alright, 250 people. 333. They're moving in. Let's kind of tax them. Well, the other thing you probably noticed, I put a baseball field and a soccer field at the bottom of where I had some extra, a little extra room. So I kind of put a little commercial. Eventually I'll probably put a skate park in there and stuff. That's going to be like a little recreation place. Alright, so I'm only losing 5,700. Okay, 56. We're going to make this. What are we doing? Industry. Yeah, you're moving in a little bit. Alright. 5,100 we're losing. It's 1:30 in the morning, that's why it's not open. So they must have just registered that it was closed or something, or there was no workers there, so they closed the building. Well, we got people getting happy finally. Alright, go shopping. I don't know what you're doing at 1:30 in the morning. Be happy. Alright, so again, basically the goal of this was, I think this was almost like a cookie cutter thing, and you could just keep using the same pattern. And what my goal is, you know, like I was saying before, is to, you know, by changing these parks to either wealth, the double wealth, or in the medium wealth, or the triple or high wealth, you kind of control also what shops come up here. So in a sense, I mean, you're basically dictating what kind of people you want to live, as long as you have the services to provide everything. I think that, you know, again, this is just kind of based on my experience in playing the old SimCity and just fiddling around for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. But high industry demand. You have high need for industry. Well, there's spots over there. Go fill them. All right. So this main drag, though, right now I have it pumped up to high density. I mean, you can kind of tell I have entry points in, again, because I wanted to offset this. So all the people that come into the town, the first thing they do is go by all those shops, and maybe they'll get suckered into buying something, but you also don't have that traffic jam. Now, I will have probably a traffic jam right there, but, you know, they can connect and they can go in and get into this neighborhood there. They can get into their other neighborhood here. Or they can just, you know, if they want to go the highway route, they can go all the way around here and get into it over here in the corner. And again, that's going to be a university. But for this video, I was just kind of wanted to show what the pattern looks like, what kind of my game plan is, and I think it's a good strategy for now. At least maybe help some people get started. And you know, this game is so crazy. Because even the fact that, you know, I put the, you know, you put some of these things just a little bit offset, and you know, that's going to affect, you know, what develops there. Right now, I have no more parks right here, and that's fine. I just wanted to see how that's going to develop too. With if there's all going to be, I mean, that's double, you know, that's medium wealth right there anyway. So let's see what these. There's very high, and here's the houses very high. So little mansions. So there it is. Not enough medium wealth shoppers. Which is kind of funny because, well, I was getting that from before. I imagine once these guys get up, and maybe I do some medium road density, allow them to get some apartments. Here's one right here. See, there you go. There's medium wealth. He's moving up. I'll go shopping here. Yeah, they're still hiring. Alright, so I'm finally making money here. So that was kind of an interesting experiment. You know, I pretty much got the layout I wanted, give or take. There was some fine tuning, and then went in and just demolished everything and just see how the simulation kind of populated my town again. But that was kind of the gist of it. Again, you know, I was just trying to give you guys maybe hopefully a good starting point, and kind of, you know, to see how you can just start it from scratch and kind of get a repeatable pattern that kind of takes advantage of, you know, using some theories from the old, you know, that old SimCity 3x3 pattern that was used quite a bit. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, man.